amazing. It was absolutely amazing.
This morning, and I wanted to do it this afternoon and didn't make it.
What?
Okay, everybody, welcome to the TNT team meeting. We're so excited to have all of you here. We have a couple of new people that have joined us since last week. Gail Potter and Angela Kilpatrick and Debbie Powell may have joined last week. I'm not sure. Anyway, we're happy to have you guys here. Thrilled that you've decided to join our team. We just want you to know that we're going to be like your family. We're here to help you. We're here to lift you up. We're here to guide you, coach you, and whatever your journey desire is, we're here to help you fulfill that. I'm going to talk real quick about something, then Trila's going to talk, and then we're going to turn it over to Susan. But first and foremost, what is Tracy saying?
She can't hear us. Tracy, I'll message her.
Okay. So
Lori,
let me see who else I need to mute. Okay, hopefully that worked. Okay, so I just wanted to talk real quick about the power hours that corporate has been doing. Guys, if you haven't done one yet, you have got to do one. And I'm going to host one on Saturday morning at 8 a.m. We're going to see who's in it to win it. I'm telling you, these power hours are changing lives. And it's 1 hour that you get on there and they give you all these tips, and you spend that 1 hour working your business uninterrupted with nothing else going on. And, I got a couple potentials today. I've set up a lunch, all kinds of stuff. So I'm telling you, if you have the opportunity to do a power hour either with corporate or with us, I'm telling you, you need to go ahead and do it. Okay, Trila, what have you got? Uh-oh. Hold on, let me unmute you. Wait. Okay, now go. Sorry.
Oh, I didn't know you had muted me. How dare you mute me?
Sorry.
No, I'm kidding. Okay. I am super duper excited about the upcoming 60-day challenge. Now, guys, I don't know if you realize this or not, but when we start on the 24th, that is like 60 days. That is 60 days before Thanksgiving. So we are going to do this massive get healthy, try to lose weight, and I'm doing it for moi because I have gained some weight and it's really beginning to bother me. So anyway, so I'm doing it for myself and I'm sharing it with everybody is basically what's going on. Okay, so it's going to go 60 days and then we get to pig out on Thanksgiving. Is that not cool? Okay, so I really want y'all to push this. Here's the deal, okay? I believe people need to at least purchase the Slim at the minimum, okay, to be added. However, it's your people and your customers. So if you have a potential that just can't afford it right now, or is still kind of on the fence, which you think would really, this might really help push them over, go ahead and add them. Go ahead and add them and let's just see. The first week is water. And so they don't really have to have their products the first week. So I did it that way on purpose, so that people, because sometimes people tend to wait till the last minute before they jump in on something, I do. And so maybe since the first challenge is water only, then they can start the second week with their products. Okay? So it starts the 24th. Push it big time for me. The other thing that I'm really excited about is next Tuesday, we're not going to have a team call. We are going to do a online party again, and those are kind of my things that I do. I want this one to be huge. I mean, huge, guys. Y'all, it's about 35 to 45 minutes. That is it. I'm going to start it at about 8 o'clock Central Time. I know that's late for the East Coast and early for the West Coast. It's like dinner time for the West Coast and bedtime for the East Coast. But that's kind of the best in between that we can come up with. So I'm going to start it at 8 o'clock on Tuesday night and just invite anybody and everybody. The best invitations are messages, private messages or phone calls. And last minute. Get online, see who's online, and say, hey, I see you're online, not doing anything. Jump on this party. You might win a prize. Okay?
Awesome.
So that's it.
Okay, so now I'd like to introduce our guest speaker. And this is someone who's recently turned gold. So we are so excited that she's got this momentum going and that she's with us. We love her to death. And she's actually from Louisiana. And I'd like to introduce Dr. Susan Schaffner. Take over.
Woohoo! Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, now I have to figure out how to do this again.
We practiced earlier.
Okay. Let's see. Yay! Is it up?
Yep.
Awesome. Okay, group. Well, thank you so much, Terry and Trila. We are going fishing for a few minutes, and I don't like to fish for the kind that you actually have a rod and reel, even though my son has a shop that does that. But I like to fish for other stuff. And what we're going to fish for tonight is some intrinsic motivation. And we all are business owners, and a lot of times we tend to forget that. But this is our own business, and one of the things that I keep hearing over and over from people when they contact me and say, hey, I want to find out more about Plexus, what I'm hearing is, you're so excited about this and so passionate about this, I want to know more. So I think this kind of falls right in line with this. I've used this a lot with when I was principal of a school in setting the culture of a school, and I think it's good for us to just have some reminders in setting the tone and the culture for our business. So we're going to find some intrinsic success and happiness. And we all know before we even get started that we have our safety net in Trila and Terry. And without our safety nets, it would be really scary out there. But anytime we're not sure about what we're doing, or we're not sure that we can answer a question, they're there for us. So that's a big plus that we have that a lot of people in our business do not have. And we were very, very fortunate to have them. The fish culture is really, we have to build a fire, and we have to build it within ourselves so that it will catch on with other people. And as a Plexus independent ambassador, we are a leader, and we need to motivate not only ourselves but our team. And that's very important to keep that motivation going. And to do that, there are 4 really important things that we need to do. We need to look at. We need to be there. We need to make their day. We need to choose our attitude, and we need a little bit of play. And we're going to just talk very briefly about each of these as we go through here. So when people feel connected and they feel empowered, then they're going to achieve greater things. And so in our independent businesses, we want to know our customers, our ambassadors, our potential customers, we want to make them feel like they are part of what we're doing, and they will be able to achieve great things. Then we also, most importantly, need to be there for them. And, you know, this has been reinforced over and over in various things that I've listened to Terry say, to Trila say, to Power Hour, various things, is to really listen to what the customer or the prospect is saying. Don't do all the talking like I'm doing right now. But when, you know, you ask them where they are, see what their needs are, and then really be present and try to meet their needs and make them a part of your business at the same time. And it doesn't take a lot to be able to do that. So to be there, sometimes we're the only person that may be playing this role in somebody's life. We don't, and it could be within each other as well. We may not have anybody that's really paying that much attention to us, even though we're surrounded by people. So we need to remember that we may be their only source of information. We may be the only one that's able to pass on the information to help them be successful. and we may be the only person that's giving them hopes and dreams for a brighter tomorrow. And Terry's always dream big. Some people don't have that, and we take it for granted sometimes. So as ambassadors, we need to remember to be there is to become engaged with all your heart in whatever we're doing. And I think that's one reason that our team is successful, because we are engaged and we're there for other people. The next thing is the principle of play. And, you know, when you take yourself too seriously, it turns other people off. So we need to always remember to keep things lightened up a little bit and to just approach what you're doing with a little lightness, a little fun, be creative. Don't always be, you know, we're talking about health and wellness, so we're talking about serious things, but you don't always have to do it in a real serious way. And that will help people to relate to you, because they may be struggling with something and not even want to discuss it. But if you are willing to be there for them and make, you know, it a little bit lighter where they feel comfortable talking to you, then that's a good thing to do. And it's not being a game or activity. It's just bringing that energy and that playfulness and that, you know, caring to what you're doing with your people. And this I thought was very important, this principle of make your day. At your funeral, if 40 people stand up and tell how much they appreciated you and what you did for them and things they liked about you, is that going to help you or make you feel better? No. But if you have people occasionally telling you how much they appreciate you, that would make your day. So we need to turn that around and be willing to do that for other people. You know, I get little texts and messages from Terry and Trila, especially Trila, all the time. Just want you to know how much I appreciate you and what you're doing. And that means a lot. And so, you know, if you're reaching out to people and maybe they message you that, hey, they are interested in Plexus, but you just can't quite get with them, just, you know, remember just to keep saying things like, I see that you're really busy and doing a great job. Whenever you get a chance, we'll talk. And that way you're validating what they're doing as well, and it's making their day. So this goes both ways. If you find your energy lapsing, find somebody that you can help and support. Just listen to them, and it'll make their day, but it's also going to make your day as well. Then this is a biggie, choosing your attitude. And we all know that we are the only ones who are responsible for our attitude every day. You know, we can be around unpleasantness. The way we choose to react to that is our choice. It's just that. We can let fall in, and, you know, you've always heard that if you hang around with negative people, you're going to be a negative person. And that's very true at times. But sometimes we don't have the choice of moving on to other people, but we can choose how we are responding to other people and what's going on. Sometimes it means, I know as a classroom teacher, there were many days that I didn't feel like being in front of those 8th graders, but you put on your happy face and you get up, you act like you're so excited to see them because you're there doing a job, but you're also there changing lives. And it's the same thing with our Plexus business. This is about changing people's lives, and we need to be sure that we are having a good attitude in what we're doing. It's your reaction to what life hands you, and you are the only ones who can choose what you're going to be like each day. And I think it was one of you ladies that put today on Facebook, you're going to choose joy today, or maybe that was yesterday. I've slept since then. But it's a choice we make each day when we open our eyes, what kind of attitude we're going to have. And that pays off down the road. You may not see the results in your business today or tomorrow, but eventually, if you're keeping consistent with your attitude, then it's going to pay off big time. So here's some fish food for thought. If you had to come up with one word that best described your Plexus business, what would it be? Just think for a second. Would it be, you know, messaging people, making Facebook posts? Would it be about products? Would it be about relationships? Would it be about the nice money? There are all kinds of words that can describe it, but we each have one that we would choose as the one word. And all of them are okay, but just think about it. What kinds of effort does it take to improve the success of your business? It is a business, and it does take effort, but you're going to reap the rewards for whatever efforts you put back in. So just remember that. This is a biggie to me. I think it's very important. Are you the same person when you're messaging people, when you're talking to people about Plexus, as you are when you're just talking about other things? Are you out gossiping about stuff at other times, or being negative? When you run into somebody at the grocery store, what kind of conversation are you having if you're not talking Plexus? It really should be consistent. It should be the same thing, whether we're working our business or we're just talking to somebody as a friend, because that goes a long way and people respond accordingly. And this has always been very important to me. We have to set the example. If we want people to follow us in this business, whether as a customer or as an ambassador, we have to be the leader and we have to set the example. That's why it's so important to me every month that as soon as possible, I make those 100 PDs. I make sure I've ordered my products. So then when I'm talking to my team, I can say, hey, have you gotten your 100 PDs yet? I try to always, and of course I've only been doing this for 6 months, but I always try to sign up 1 or 2 ambassadors at the very beginning of the month. So then when I'm talking to my team, I've already set the example of what I'm asking them to do. Even though it's their business, we are working in this together. So just some things to think about. So I know I've gone through this very quickly, and it's not rocket science. It's nothing that you haven't heard before. But these are 4 things we need to think of, not only in our business, but in our lives. Are you being there for people? Are you really there? You know how when your kids run around, or your grandkids, and they're all over the place, and you're there with them, but you may not be paying attention at all to what they're talking about? Well, that we get into a habit of that sometimes with our husbands as well. I'm going to admit that, yes. But we need to be sure we're there. We need to be sure we have a playful attitude when it's appropriate. We need to try to compliment people, to go out of our way to look for the good in people and make their day, and all the while we're choosing our attitude. So I'd like for you to make a list of the things you can do in your business right now to meet somebody's needs for affirmation, success, control, and enjoyment. If you'll write down some things, just like we made our Frank's list, there are real easy things you can do. You can be sure you're telling them happy birthday on those birthday posts. That takes, about 5 seconds? And when somebody tells you happy birthday, think of how good it makes you feel. So that's just one of those real simple things that you can do, and there are many of them that we all come across and we can think of and share with each other. So be sure your tackle box is ready to go and that you're in the right frame of mind for this business before you actually go fishing.
Thank you so much, Susan. I loved that. And I wanted to touch base on a couple of things, and then I'm going to share my screen and show y'all a video that I saw today that leans towards the attitude. But on one of the power hours today, oh my gosh, I just went blank. Who is the barefoot, hold on, I'm going to try.
Carrie Wilkerson.
Carrie Wilkerson.
Yes, so she was on that today, and anyway, one of the things that she talked about that I thought was a mind shift for me was she said to stop trying so hard to be interesting and switch to being interested. And so if you spend time being interested in other people, meaning that you're asking about their family, you're asking about their job, you're asking, hey, what have you been up to? Hey, where did you travel this summer? If you are interested in those people, you're going to be more, you're going to build a relationship with those people. And so that was just one of the tips that we got on the power hour. So, so many things that Susan was sharing, this could actually be the affirmation, the success, the control, was it control? And enjoyment. If you sit down, they gave us some other words to use. Like they wanted us to contact people that were outgoing, contact one person that was outgoing, contact one person that was shy or introverted, contact one person that was very athletic or whatever. I can't remember all the ones that they asked us to do. Well, then it made you start thinking a little more outside of the box. And so I started reaching out to people and I go, well, hey, I never thought about her before. So these are great tips, Susan, for us to go on. And I think that attitude and playfulness, your brand, how are you putting your brand out there? If you post something on Facebook with an F word or, oh my gosh, I just had the worst day of my life, I'm going to sit here and eat a gallon of ice cream. If you post those kinds of things, or if you post, if you're always, with a beer in your hand, or, or you're always complaining about your life, people are not drawn to you. And what we want is we want people to be drawn to us. And we want, and that's one of my affirmations I say on my Think Up app. People are drawn to me. So be interested in people. Be playful, joyful on your Facebook page. Show some funny things, show your real self. Susan did a Facebook Live, and she talked about falling off the soda wagon. And that was real. And then she talked about how bad she felt after being off of sodas for a while, and falling off the Coke machine and emptying it out. And then saying, okay, now I know how good I can feel. I know how crummy I feel on Cokes, and I know where I want to go. And it was real, and it was authentic. So
I had over 200 views of that too.
See, 200 views of that. So that shows you that people are interested. They're very interested in live Facebook, very interested in that. And when you get on there and you're telling a story that's true and real, and, and it could be funny. It doesn't have to be funny, but, something just that interests people, you're going to get lots of hits. And then what's going to happen is they're going to start seeing more of your feed. Trila, you have a contribution?
I'm going to do one tomorrow. I hadn't even told you about this. Laura's in the it's hospital day, if I can get service. And what I'm going to do, the last couple of free giveaways, like Freebie Friday or whatever, I haven't gotten a whole lot of likes on it. So I am going to put together a sample pack with Laura in the hospital and say, I'm going to give away this sample pack to the person that Laura chooses their emoji. So put your favorite emoji, and Laura's going to choose the favorite, But it doesn't have to be a personal confession, or you know what I mean? Just, it can be something as simple as that. So I'm excited about it. I'm hoping that's going to work.
Okay, I'm going to tell y'all one more tip that we heard today, and that was when you wish somebody a happy birthday, if you will private message them and say, hey, happy birthday, I'd love to send you a little gift, send me your address. And then you can just put, I'm going to go to the dollar store and I'm going to buy a whole bunch of dollar birthday cards. And then on the days of their birthday, I'm going to write to them and say, hey, I'd love to send you a little gift. And I'm going to put a stick of Slim, a packet of body cream, and a packet of Ease in it, and send it to them. And that way I'm touching even more lives. Okay, I'm going to share my screen real quick because I want y'all to watch this video, and then we will be done. So hold on 1 second, and hopefully it'll play.
Oh, yeah.
And I was broken. I got fired from 5 different jobs. And then I got pregnant with my son unexpectedly. And then at 8 months, my son's father went to prison. And when my son was 8 months old, I went to the ATM to get $20 out the bank because I didn't have any Pampers for him. And in order to get $20 out, she got that $20 in. I had $11.42. And I still can't tell the story without getting emotional because it's my story. For 2 days, I had to wrap my son in a towel. But something happened, Steve, in those 2 days. My son laying on his back at 8 months. I have a towel over him, and I have my hand on his stomach saying, don't you worry, Jelani. Mommy will never be this broke again. And I made a decision. I was bankrupt. And every stinking thinking I had, I was bankrupt and trying to protect my pride. I was bankrupt and trying to be all that in a bag of chips and a bowl of grits falsified. I was bankrupt and trying to not ask anyone for help. I was bankrupt in everything that was holding me and keeping me where I was. I've always talked a good game, but I wasn't doing anything with my gift. and all that thing about potential. I was tired of having potential. I wanted to have my now. And I looked at that baby at 8 months and I said, I want to transform your life because you didn't ask to come into this chaos. As an African-American male child in South Central Los Angeles with a single mother whose father's in prison, he had a 66% chance of going to prison himself. Not on my watch. Not on my watch. So I have to be willing to drastically transform myself so that I can become the woman that I know I can be. And that's what I began to do. I was radical. See, my grandmother said that conviction and comfort don't live in the same block. If you're going to be convicted about something, you might have to go through some discomfort. But if you want to stay comfortable, why don't you just relax where you are, because that's where you're going to stay. Right. And so are you willing to reinvent who you are? Are you willing to kill away the procrastination? Are you willing to kill away the excuses, the blame game? I never let people call me a single mom by my title. I'm Lisa Nichols, who happens to be a single mother. Don't define me by my circumstances. Define me by my intention. At some point, I have to stop asking, can I be great? Can I be brilliant? Can I be okay and still be accepted? I just stopped asking permission and just gave notice unapologetically, not in a braggadocious way, not in a way that shrunk anyone else, in a way that said, I only got one life, and I'm going to ride this one till the wheels fall off. And that was the beginning of me rescuing myself. I realized that I am my rescue. No one else is my rescue. I am my rescue.
Oops. Okay, hold on one second. Okay, so I just really wanted to share that with y'all because I think that, we can sit back on our heels and we can be satisfied with the status quo. And and sometimes people just get so comfortable and they don't put forth any effort and they don't make a decision to change and to be radical and to be convicted on what you want out of life. And I know what I want, and I know that I cannot be comfortable and get where I want to be. So we have to step out of our comfort zones. We have to we have to reach out and show our affirmations to people, show people who we are and what we're going to be. And we have to reach out to people. We have to touch people, show them some joy, show them some love. It's just like Susan said, you may be the only person that lifts that person up today. And that's really sad, but I know how society is. And, there are people that don't get affirmation, they don't get joy, they don't get the love, and they're comfortable. And so they just sit back and they go, well, I can't change. I don't have any friends. I don't have any money. I'm broke. And that's just the way it is. And I just want our team to all know that we can all be in Maui next year. We can all have all the things that we want. We can have a big savings account. We can send our kids to college. We can pay off the mortgage, but we've got to stretch a rubber band. We've got to be out of our comfort zone. And I hope that all of you know that we're here to help you, that we are more than willing to get on three-way calls, to do Zoom meetings, to meet people in person for you. We will help you. We're not going to carry you, but we're definitely going to walk beside you, and we're going to hold your hand, and we're going to teach you and coach you and let you lean on us, and we're going to love you and be joyful through every minute of it. So that's our meeting for tonight. Remember that next week, Oak Tree has something.
Oh, next Wednesday night, or Wednesday afternoon at noon is our second lunch bunch. So mark your calendars.
Yes, fun. It was so much fun. So that'll be next Wednesday. You guys will get lots and lots of information about that. So things coming up. Don't forget the 60-day challenge, the online party next Tuesday, Power Hour with TNT Saturday morning. Don't miss it. Okay, love you guys. If you need anything, reach out to us. We are working it like mad dogs. We've got such big dreams, and we want you to be dreaming right alongside with us. So, as always, dream big.
Dream big.